What's up? I run an advertising agency or whatever, that kind of thing. I'm 17. I've been doing that for the past few years since I started high school, and I'm trying to better myself. So I have a few things I wanted to talk about on this one. So, first of all, I'm doing marketing or outreach. I do it by SMS, and I'm doing it right now. And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, that my rationale was that it had worked before. It is, it worked before, and it's going to work again. And I don't doubt that. I do believe. I still do believe that doing the marketing this way works. But I think I need to increase the efficiency because I'm running out of leads and I'm not getting enough customers from that. So I'm gonna have to restart from the start of my list earlier than I first first wanted to, which is not ideal. So that's going on. I've been doing it for the last week. I keep taking breaks whenever I have too much work, but that's honestly just dumb because I realized I'm really fast doing the work now. So it's kind of just dumb I stopped, but yeah. I've been doing pretty daily. Yesterday I just took a day off because I was supposed to. So this goes to the next topic. I was supposed to do pretty much just fix a bunch of efficiency stuff, just some really easy stuff like the website and some scripts and things like that. So I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I'm gonna do it today. It's unfortunate, but sometimes the things get pushed further. Not much you can do about that. I mean, there is a lot I could have done about that, but it's already done. I do have another topic, but I think I'm gonna skip it for now because I have something more interesting, and most likely I put it in the title. Here is the fulfillment on that one. What I was thinking about was the idea that the time I'm living in right now is the obviously the present for me, but the past for whoever's watching this, right? And for me, your past is my future, right? So for instance, I have some videos of me from like 8 years ago or something. Just like 7-year-old or 8-year-old me just doing stuff, and it's very odd because I'm trying to film something exceptional, something that doesn't normally happen. But that's not the interesting part. The most interesting part is the mundane, the normality of everything that's normal, like what the furniture layout looks like, how things are presented, what the floors looks like, what are the items on display. That's what's more interesting in the videos than the actual thing I'm trying to show off. So the thing I'm referencing is I have a hoverboard. I'm not gonna show it. You know what a hoverboard is like. It's one of those things with 2 wheels and it goes and you go. I have one of those. So I got one when I was like 9, when they were really, really popular. And pretty much I made like a video, multiple videos of like me on it, me trying to testing it out, and all that kind of stuff. So I was just watching those back, and I just realized it was because I was filming my like legs a lot to show off the hoverboard, but that wasn't the interesting part. Anyways, that's additionally there's like, I just said additionally, whatever, bro. I'm too tired for this shit. So this video is also in that same way. If I watched in 10 years, it's going to be old, and I'm probably not going to remember much of anything that happened during the making of this video. like that first part where I pretty much summarized what happened during the week. I guess it'll get me in the kind of right mindset of what I was feeling like at this moment, but at the same time, it really won't. And I don't know, probably this room I remember, because it's like there isn't much much here. It's just like it is just the bed and the habit trackers, and obviously the computer that's behind. But yeah, so I don't think, and I don't think it's even that interesting. But then again, it could be that for me this is not interesting, but later on it is, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's very, very interesting to think about what you should or should not film. I think it's interesting to have like my thoughts in video form, because this video series is pretty much just a diary. Because I think it's interesting to have something like this, especially because I have the foundational belief that I'm going to be successful. So it's like, it's not technically about like showing that how I did it, but it's more because obviously I can't show everything I've done, and I don't, when I say something like I sent out a bunch of marketing, I'm not like actually explaining step by step what I did. I could obviously explain, and I write the messages, and then I take out my phone, then I have this app that let me send a bunch of messages at the same time, then I send it, then I wait for responses, then if there's responses, I remove it from the list, and then the next day I send out a follow-up message, whatever. But I don't think that's too important, because that's, I think first of all I remember those kinds of processes probably quite well in the future, but also because I don't think there's much value in seeing past processes which probably aren't very good, because at the same time, like, I know most likely I will be smarter. Well, not most likely, I will definitely be smarter than I currently am in the future, which means future me is much smarter than me, which is just what I said, which is exactly the reason why I say that. But the reason I think of that is that it's not very important to document things that are that are just procedural and have clear answers, because that doesn't matter. Like me doing math, it doesn't matter, because like, sure, I got the right answer, but I could also like do it later, whatever. I think it's more interesting to have my thought processes laid out in videos, because I enjoy looking back at those kinds of things. And I don't know about the actual like, obviously it would be also nice to just like document the events that you go to, like the things that you do at those events, but I think there's also that when you document something that's like really cool, you kind of just end up remembering it. So for instance, I have a ton of videos of me going on a trip through Europe by rail, pretty much. Obviously with my parents, because that was a few years ago. And it's just us going, or whatever, going on a train and going around Europe and then flying back, obviously. And those videos are pretty interesting, but I kind of remember most of that. So even though I made the conscious decision to pretty much vlog the entire thing, because originally I was going to make a video out of it, edit it and do all this stuff, but I ended up not doing that, because it turned out the video would have been, well, not boring, but like not very substantive. There wouldn't have been a lot in it. It would just been like, oh, this new place, whoa, look at this stuff. But again, I'm like drawn more to the mundane life. Like, I would more enjoy a week in the life of like what I was doing back then, what I was thinking, then me just going, whoa, look at that crazy thing out there. Isn't that crazy? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a more clear what am I thinking throughout every week of the year, and see how I do that. So that's the plan. Obviously, I'm gonna try to improve it if it's. I'm gonna try to make the videos more interesting, because like I don't wanna have like 15 minutes of just me not being very interesting and not talking about anything very interesting. So I'm gonna have more subjects like this, of like just introspective thought, because I think this is the some of that the actual interesting stuff, instead of me like going for a third time. Well, I did some marketing today. Whoa, did some fulfillment. Crazy. Had to pay. Whoa. At the end of the day, it's not that interesting compared to just me going like, yeah, this is like what I think about the current scenario. This is what I'm feeling, and why I'm feeling that way. So I'm gonna try to have more of that and less of that. Update. This is what happened, because I don't think anyone actually cares. Yeah. So for instance, the whole. I probably should have started the video by going more about like, not that I was just doing marketing, but more of like how I feel about the marketing, because like it's technically going as well as it did the last few times, but at the same time I don't feel as though it is as accomplished, because of I think how lucky I was last time with the I think not the last time, I think the first time I did my marketing, I was very lucky with who I got in contact with. So I think that's like making it kind of weird the way the way they are. That didn't make sense. Don't question it. Or other than that, there isn't much else. I guess it's my video. I can have empty. I was thinking more about like, I want to have these videos as more, because I'm not gonna edit them. I have the time, but I don't wanna. I just wanna have it be the least effort possible for just an upload. Boom, 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 boom. And I know later I'll get like an editor or something if I care about this so much, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm more like just trying to condense it by myself, because another thing I want to improve while doing these videos is how I speak, because I think it's a very important skill to be able to articulate yourself when talking to a camera or in front of an audience or whatever, right? So that's what I'm also practicing. But if I keep so that's why I also have the notes, because I think it keeps me on the track. But this time I clearly didn't think about them too much, because I thought of the subjects such as just as I was setting up the camera. That's something I would improve. So I think I'm gonna focus a few more minutes on the planning in the future, and try to just articulate myself at the start. Also, I think I'm gonna just throw out the intro. Just for the audience, it's obviously good to explain who I am, but I don't think I care. I think it's quite unimportant to have like an intro for new viewers whom I do not care about all that much, because these videos are at the end of the day made for me. I think I had like a few videos hit like 30 views, and I was like, shit, you know, well, I gotta do something. But I don't think that was rational. rational idea that I should have gone along with. So I'm going to, in the future, just probably drop it and just get right into the meat and potatoes. And also, I'm gonna get into the most important or the most interesting subject first, because I think the first 2 minutes of this video of me rambling about marketing are just boring for the viewers of like other people who watch this, and also for my future self, because I think that's the person who's going to watch these the most. I know, unless I for some reason become like a big YouTuber, which would be random. Also, you know, you never know what's gonna happen in the future. Oh yeah, I want to talk more about like being me thinking that I'm going to be successful in the future. I think that's an interesting subject. So crazy, you know, whoever stuck around through this whole lengthy ass video is gonna get some nuggets of information. All right, an actually interesting topic. All right, so why do I believe that I'm going to be successful in the future? I think the main point I'm going at is the idea that you have the lottery of life, but at the same time you have free spins, so you can just keep spinning and it's free. Obviously not completely, and there's all kinds of things, but like the idea is, if you try enough times, it would be logically extremely unlikely for you to not succeed. Yeah. I'm making, and I'm going to make the chance of me being unsuccessful very low, and that's what I do. So that's why I also believe I'm going to be very successful, because I've set myself up for quite a bright future, and I would have to steer quite a ways away from the right course to fail. I don't think I have anything that's really able to throw me away. I'm not gonna drink, I'm not gonna smoke, I'm not gonna do any of that dumb shit that just makes you dumber. I'm not gonna focus too much on materialistic things. I'm not gonna forget the rest of my life, like forgo health. I know most of the pitfalls that you make when you make a lot of money really fast. So and also I'm not expecting to make a lot of money very fast. It's like that's not what I'm out here to do. That's not what I expect to happen. What I expect to happen is for me to make slow procedural progress with respect to my skill, right? Just going up slowly, because that's what happens to most people, and that's what most people deserve. Most people are not extremely lucky, so do not expect that luck to be given to you. You need to, at the same time, be prepared for luck, at the same time as not expecting it. You never want to need luck. Luck should be the multiplier on your success. Your success should be without luck, and with luck should be multiplied. That sounds smart. But pretty much, yeah. So for instance, like, even if for some reason I'm just not smart enough to do this business stuff, just generally just don't have the skill, I still like gained a lot of skills. I have marketing, I have Google ads, I have making websites faster, selling, like there's a lot of skills that I learned from the process. And I think that's just the most important thing, because like at the end of the day, I don't believe I'm going to make $100,000 before the age of 18. Like, bro, just chillax. It's not that deep. I want to make a few thousands here and there if I can. If I can't, then I just gotta work harder, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Because I have nothing else to do. that's what I enjoy, so that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I need to also stop humming, because that's fucking annoying. Aren't you annoyed? Aren't you angry? Start getting mad. kill myself. No, not like this. This is genuinely so bad. So bad. See that? That's power. So yeah, my first plan is obviously get the business running. That's the most risky, most unlikely event to happen. But I'm slowly increasing the profits, slowly increasing what I'm making, and if I can make enough for a as much as a real job on the weekends, that would be very nice. At the same time, I'm going to go to university for computer science because I really enjoy that and I want to do something along those lines. So I'm gonna do that at the same time as I'm in university. I'm gonna keep building the business, and that's another 5 years of time to build a business. In that time, I think I'll have the business running really well. If I like it, then I'm gonna keep running it. If I don't, I'm gonna shut that shit down. But at the end of the day, like at the end of university, I'll just go into just software engineering. If I don't feel like doing the business, if I do feel like doing the business, or the business is not doing well, obviously it could just, after all the years, it just not going too well. But yeah, most likely I don't think I need to get a job, but I mean it's fine. I think it's fine too. I think jobs are very good for. I could even strategically do it, because even if the business is doing well, it may be at a point where I'm just learning, not learning too much, which is would be unfortunate. But I don't think that's very likely. I don't know. I don't know what's in the far future. I think Leila Ramosi said that, like, or I don't know if it's her. It's like she hasn't one thing to. I don't know. A lot of people are like, just like, don't plan more than 3 years. It's like, that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to have to agree with that. I don't think it makes sense to plan more than 3 years. And my 3 years are already planned. So I'll just see in 3 years what I'm up to, and I'll keep doing. Because honestly, like 3 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like in the middle of 8th grade. I was not like at all locked in. I was not tapped in or locked in. I was just in another world. This was just becoming really long. I for some reason just having a crazy app session. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Honestly, these videos, they're made for me, and I want to keep yapping, so I'm gonna keep yapping. Just like if I had a diary, I would keep writing the diary. Makes sense? Sure does. That's the end of that. Why I have such high future expectations for myself. So yeah, I do think I'm gonna be rich, one way or the other. Either I'm gonna work for someone and be extremely high value, so I make a lot of money, or I'm gonna have my own business. Probably both at some point. I don't mean like both at the same time. I mean like one after the other. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll see what I feel like after having a bunch of money. Probably I'll feel empty like everybody else. And then I'll be like, wow, this was not the way to a happy life. And then I'll be like, well, what should I do? And then I'll be like, oh, well, actually, I think helping people sounds fun. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. And that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. Next thing, government documents. I'm not gonna show those. Chillax, not doxing myself. I was going to show them, but now that I think about it, I'm not. Look at these guns. Oh, fuck yeah. Massive. Oh. Anyways, yeah, the health check for the army, I did that shit. It's okay. I have to go to the doctors too, so I'm gonna do that. next week, and then I'm gonna be ready for you know, getting myself into the army and become a soldier, that kind of stuff. Nothing really weird. Oh, they measured my height. So I'm now 92, not 192 centimeters. Let's go. A victory for me. But yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm not gonna prolong this video until the ends of the earth. I'm gonna start uploading, and I'll see you guys next time.